And Johnny, let's close the podcast talking a little bit about New Mutants. I have to just laugh because it's getting comical at this point. But make sure to check us out on patreon.com/mostvalepodcast to help support us. If you're on YouTube, I'm giving the spiel. If you're on podcast services around the world, you're a true champ, trucking through all the 4 segments and topics that we have today. But patreon.com/mostvalepodcast, that is where you can come support us as low as $1. You can get the MVP podcast a month early. Right now, you can hear Mark and I talk about Game of Thrones before everyone else hears it in June. You can also talk with Hubertus. You can also talk with Retro. Jake has now finally got off his bum ass. Yeah, Jake, calling you out. His bum ass and has joined the Discord server. You can talk to us on Discord for as low as $1. You can also join the podcast for as low as $10. Pick the topic you want. Join the podcast each and every month. Be a part of the MVP family. We all know you guys are real MVPs. But Johnny, let's talk about this not so hot news about New Mutants. So apparently I'm looking at a couple different sources. This one, though, the first one is basically the article I found it on was Screen Rants, where basically New Mutants is being pushed back. It was originally supposed to come out, let's see, what was the original date? 2 years ago. Then they pushed it to February 22nd of 2019.
Yep.
Then they pushed it back to August 2nd of 2019. So yeah, so the original was supposed to be February of 2019. No, we're going to push it back to August of 2019. Now Disney has basically said, no. This will come out April of 2020. The exact date is April 3rd, 2020. And before I usually I ask you, like, what do you think about this? I've got a little extra for this one because this is an article from late March of this year. So Maisie Williams was doing interviews for a show you may know called Game of Thrones.
Never heard of it.
And here's what the article said. So what exactly is going on with New Mutants? Well, it seems even the cast are in the dark at this point, as Game of Thrones star Maisie Williams had revealed to Rolling Stone that she has no idea what is happening with the film. And this is her exact quote. "Who knows when the fuck this movie is going to come out," said Williams before stating that she's recently spoke with co-star Charlie Heaton from Stranger Things and asked what the fuck is going on with this movie. "Hopefully this interview will make everyone hurry up a little bit," she added. And at that point, the Disney-Fox deal was kind of up in limbo. Now it's for sure. Disney has everything. I will ask you, now that we know Disney has everything, Disney is pushing this back. What are your thoughts that New Mutants, we're not seeing it until April 3rd, 2020?
Well, now that Disney's pushing it back, they're going more so along the lines of, okay, we're going to make this so it's at least not a pile of garbage.
There were rumors that this was going to be like a straight-to-Hulu movie. Rumors originally.
But I mean,
that Disney would just push it.
Disney's not going to let them put out just some random shit. They're going to go. Disney's probably looking through it right now. It's like, okay, what are we going to do to fix this?
How do we salvage
Because this is under our name now.
Yeah.
So we need to fix this so it's not like, like what the fuck is going on?
We already talked about how many reshoots there have been for New Mutants to where originally the pushback was all the reshoots.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was like, that's not a good sign.
No.
It's not a good sign when you're reshooting most of your movie. Here's the thing, though, with Disney. And I kind of feel like they're in the good and the bad with this because, so everything that's done to this point, they didn't have to spend their money on it.
No.
So with Disney, the question that they need to ask themselves is obviously they could can it and basically say, well, you know what? It's no loss to us. No money lost on our end. We were not the ones that spent the money on this. But I feel like in the Disney-Fox deal, there was probably something where it's like anything that is this far along in production has to come out.
Yeah.
So Disney at this point, to me, I think it's one of those, kind of areas where it's like, all right, how much money are we willing to spend to try to salvage this? Because Disney's going to have to spend money on reshoots. I'm assuming all the money isn't going to go to Disney. Like, this might be a break of like, some goes to Disney, some goes to Fox, because it was technically
Fox's before that.
Exactly. I think I would assume Dark Phoenix and New Mutants might be the same thing. But like, for example, if they were going to do Gambit, that would be completely with Disney. Oh, by the way, Gambit, Channing Tatum, not happening. Basically that, where it's like, we've got two here. Fuck this guy. We're not going to deal with something that doesn't even have a script yet. So every single segment we've done on a Gambit movie is now utterly useless.
Yeah.
Because Channing Tatum, well, you got your wish. Channing Tatum's not going to be Gambit now. Because you didn't want Channing Tatum to be Gambit in the first place.
Whichever one did it, thank you.
God, the devil, whichever one.
Whichever one made this happen.
Did Johnny have to sell his soul to the devil?
What
and not
soul?
get Channing Tatum. But basically, I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm not hyped for it. When we got that first look, I was super hyped for this. I also am going to ask you this. Is this also another thing where will Disney look at this and go, dude, this is way too dark? We're going to change. We're going to change the atmosphere of this.
They might, but they might go, you know what? We're going to keep this under the Fox name because that's what they can do with Fox now.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, because like they said, Deadpool, they want to keep it rated R. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know what? We like the concept of this. We're going to keep it under the Fox name now that we can do that and have this as another one of our rated R ones. But we're going to fix this. Like, they're probably going over it right now and say, what stuff can we do to fix this without breaking budget?
Yeah, so
for us,
the distribution is going to be by Walt Disney Studios.
Yes.
But the production companies are 20th Century Fox, Genre Films, Sunswept Entertainment, and then Marvel Entertainment.
Yes.
This is not a good look for this film, and I can't imagine what it is being like. Like, let's be honest. Out of the two that we've mentioned, basically Charlie and Maisie, they're fine because Charlie Heaton has Stranger Things. That gets a new season. The new season drops the day Dave and I leave for Vegas,
really?
July 4th.
Wow,
yep,
I'm surprised
it's dropping July 4th.
I'm surprised it's that early because usually it's like an October one.
Yeah, this one it's a summer themed one.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to take place over the summer, and they had fireworks.
That makes sense
July.
then. Okay, because the last two were like, hey, it's sort of Halloween. First one came out because it was like Halloween-ish, and it was around Halloween. So it's like, hey, we're going to release this around Halloween. So that you can watch it around Halloween. The second one was Halloween themed, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because they had the Ghostbusters costume.
Yeah, and then this one, okay, that makes sense then if it's going to be summer themed.
But the thing I was saying is like Maisie Williams and Charlie Heaton have Stranger Things and Game of Thrones. Although Game of Thrones coming to an end, it's not like Maisie Williams and Charlie. They got the fucking cash.
She's got that to ride off of for now until she finds the next role.
But like for example, I'm gonna pull up. I'm just going to pull up the next name that's on there. So, Anya Taylor-Joy, for example. She's the next name below Maisie Williams. Yes, she was in the Glass, like she was in Split, and she was in Glass as the girl from, basically, she was the girl in Split.
Yeah.
The main girl. But it's like right now, yeah, she's got stuff
the Stockholm
going on.
Syndrome girl.
Basically, yeah. She's got stuff going on where it's like she's in movies, but at the same time, it's like, am I going to get this paycheck? Like, what's going on with this movie? Also, it's a quality of work thing, which if you're going to put in work as an actor or actress, you want the movie to be good. Like, no one does a movie thinking, man, I want this to be shit.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what happens with like a few actors and actresses. You can't necessarily blame them. You have to think, was it their acting? Most likely it was the script, or it was the director pushing them in a bad direction. And a lot of it's more so that than, hey, this is a shitty actor or actress.
Yeah, let me see really quickly. So I'm going to pull up New Mutants.
Not saying that's always the case, but like...
Well, you make a good point. I want to see let's see who's direct. So this one's directed by Josh Boone. The films that he's directed. Here's the films that he's been incorporated with. Stuck in Love, he directed and written. That was his directorial debut, obviously.
Yeah.
Fault in Our Stars, he directed that one. In 2016, All We Had, he wrote and was an executive producer. Then The Pretenders, he was a writer for that. Then New Mutants, he wrote and directed it. The Stand, writing and directing, that's upcoming. That's going to be a 10-part miniseries.
Oh, wow.
And then another 8-part miniseries called Leslie's Story. He's writing and directing.
Now, are any of those a horror film besides New Mutants?
Not that I'm here. Let me
aware
pull them
of
up really quick. I know Fault in Our Stars
is definitely
Fault in Our
not.
Stars is the only one by name that I'm like, oh yeah, I know that film.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
So let's see. The Pretenders is a drama. It's an American drama film directed by James Franco, from a screenplay with Josh Boone. Let's see. All We Had is an American drama film directed by Katie Holmes, written by Josh Boone. And then Stuck in Love is an American romantic comedy written and directed by Josh Boone.
So really, he really doesn't have horror under his belt.
Yeah.
See, that's probably a mistake on the first part. Is like, no offense, maybe you do have a knack for it. We won't know until New Mutants comes out. But
and like The Stand is going to be a drama web series.
Apparently, he's really good at dramas.
And Leslie's Story. Okay. Leslie's Story. I hope I'm saying that right. It's Lisey. Leslie's Story? Lindsay? Not Lindsay.
Lisey.
Lisey?
Lissy?
Lissy's
Maybe.
Story is a... So that one is an adaptation of the Stephen King book, Leslie's Story.
Okay, so that's supposed to be a horror drama.
The series is produced by J.J. Abrams and is directed by Josh Boone and stars Julianne Moore in the titular role. Basically, though...
That one would be like horror/drama. I've never read it, so I don't know.
But if you think about it, he hasn't done this one yet.
I know.
So New Mutants is his first dive into horror.
Yeah, and
so far, it's
again,
probably not going so well.
he might have a knack for it. We don't know because we don't know what the hell's going on in New Mutants. Maisie Williams, who's acting for it, doesn't know what the hell's going on with it.
Also a very, very young director, too. Like, and not young age. Like, age, as of right now,
doesn't
he's
have
40.
a lot under his belt.
Yeah, so he's 40, so it's not like he's young.
But he doesn't.
But he's only directed 2 films before New Mutants. Yes, he has written, 3 of the 4 that he's done? Directed 2 of them. So it's like you don't even have a ton of work as a director under your belt.
So, I mean, that's where, like, maybe Disney might step in and say, hey, we're pairing you with this person who's done this type of filming so we can make this movie good and see what they say to do with it.
And I see...
That's why, like, the first 2 pushbacks were worries. Now that Disney's pushing it back, it's like we're pushing it back so we can make it good.
Yeah, I mean... And the other ones that I didn't see were... So these 3, he was just an executive producer on.
The mouse doesn't approve of failure.
Cardboard. We have Cardboard Boxer, which was a 2016 American drama film. So you got another drama. Horseshoe Theory, which is a short romantic comedy film. And then The Cat in the Moon from 2018, that is an American drama film. So, yet again, no horror on that front either. I just feel sorry for all the actors and actresses that basically, like, for example, Maisie Williams, because you could, like, she's an actress that, like I said, they're all going to put quality into their work. Yeah. But, like, you could tell from that interview that's, like, she's fucking fed up. Like, Fox has handled this movie
very poorly.
So poorly. And it even goes into what we were even saying when the Disney-Fox deal started to kind of gain some traction. Me and you sat here and we're like, why the fuck are they announcing so many movies and pushing so many movies
Fox
into production? Like, this was one of those where it was like, hey, man, I'll take a New Mutants movie, but, like, I mean, you're pushing it.
You're kind of like
You're forcing it.
Like, is your movie actually going to come out? Type thing. And I guess it is now, but still, it's Fox is did some shit before they handed it over, but honestly, like Disney didn't get to have much of a hand in Dark Phoenix, so I'm not going to hold that against them. I'm going to be curious to see how much Disney can fix on the New Mutants, since they're pushing it back almost a year.
You know, it's really funny as I'm reading this article. So I'm just going to read it. Next year will be the first year since 2016 that Disney only releases 2 MCU films. But with New Mutants now opening in April, the studio will now have 3 Marvel movies total in 2020. New Mutants is the last of the Fox X-Men movies, and despite Boone's plans for a New Mutant sequel, it's unlikely the series will continue. Disney is rebooting the X-Men with the exception of Deadpool, presumably so Marvel Studios can introduce the mutants into the MCU without worrying about maintaining continuity. There was also some speculation Disney would forego a theatrical release entirely and dump New Mutants on Hulu, but it appears that won't be the case. Fans interested in watching New Mutants, at least now, know when Disney plans to release it, though it remains to be seen if the reshoots will still take place. Given the delay, New Mutants reshoots seem likely. So really, we're all kind of up in air about it. I am going to be honest. Like, I'm not excited for this anymore. This is something where it's like the same thing with Dark Phoenix, where it's like this is just the bad swan song for Fox Marvel of basically. And think about the last few films we've gotten from them. Like, besides Deadpool and Logan, Fan Four Stick sucked. Dark Phoenix is going to suck. Like, I'll say it. Like, I'm going... I know...
He's going in with a horrible
I know you get mad at me for going in with dispositions, but I can't help it with this one. Like, Dark Phoenix, I am going in with the... Like, here is, like, a 0 out of 5. Like, the table is a 0 out of 5. I'm below that. Like, the camera can't even show how low I am on Dark Phoenix heading into it, and New Mutants might be the same.
We'll see. I mean, I've got more faith now that Disney is going to have their hand in it and actually have their hand in it.
They didn't have a huge hand in Dark Phoenix.
No,
it was more of like, hey, I'm going to suggest this. I hope you fucking take my advice.
Yeah, I mean, that was still when it was like over with Fox, and they had Feige like to look at the script and say, "Hey, I got these recommendations
Bryan
for you."
Singer is still directing it, even though now it's Disney.
Yeah, but still, I mean, Disney now that has their hand in it, they're not. The mouse isn't going to be happy with failure.
No,
it just makes me. When I think about that situation, I think about the South Park Mickey Mouse. I told you to make this a better movie. Huh.
Yeah, basically. And with the X-Men, I saw an article basically saying that they are expecting Dark Phoenix to be the lowest opening box office numbers for an X-Men movie ever.
Got a lot of people that are hating on it. So
it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, Johnny. And the reshoot, like we talked about the reshoots. Go check out when we talked about Dark Phoenix. I bashed the reshoots because it's not going to be good, and that's what I think.
Well, I'm just hoping they listen to Feige, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, they're going to have Paul Giamatti come in and be the Juggernaut. I'm Paul Giamatti. I'm the Juggernaut, baby. No. Is he wearing his rhino suit as the Juggernaut?
He just changed the head.
Because apparently Kevin Feige didn't like that, and Amy Pascal and Sony were like, hey, sign us up for that one.
Paul Giamatti. That was Sony.
I know, but Fox isn't that far off. Like, let's be honest. Like, it's the mouse, and then everybody else is underneath. The mouse makes great decisions.
The mouse does make great decisions.
But this is where you guys come in. Let us know what you think down below in the comment section about New Mutants. You excited for it? Is it off your radar now? Are you like, man, just put it straight to Hulu? Like, just take it out behind the shed and just put it out of its own misery. Just boom, gun to the head.
I'm sorry, boy.
I'm sorry, New Mutants. Bam, and then just put it down. That's basically the equivalent of it going straight to Hulu's. Hulu's, not Hulu. It's going straight to Hulu's.
No, that's straight to Redbox.
Yeah, straight to. Oh God, doesn't even get on Hulu. Goes straight to Redbox. But let us know what you think down below. Make sure to support us on patreon.com/mostvaluable podcast so we can do everything that we want for you guys. And we can get a new studio. Also, make sure to give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. It really helps us get into the ears of more people, get more people listening to the podcast. Want to thank you guys for, also Twitters, at War Machine 9085, at Ricky Widmer, at Most Valuable Pod. Thank you guys for watching us on YouTube. Thank you guys for listening on podcast services around the world. And as always, have a good day, everybody.